What's up, guys? This is Chris from DraftDashboard.com. Here are my DFS picks for NBA Sunday, January 2nd. These picks apply for DraftKings and FanDuel. Before I get started, please drop a like on this video and hit that red subscribe button and hit that bell icon so you don't miss our new videos. In this video, I'm going to go over my top picks for today's NBA slate. And if you stick around to the very end of this video, we'll use the Draft Dashboard tools to make a DFS lineup using the picks we just made. Okay guys, we have a 6-game slate tonight, so let's take a look at the point guard position. I like Chris Paul from the Phoenix Suns playing the Charlotte Hornets, who have the second worst defense overall. They give up the 12th most fantasy points to opposing point guards. Chris Paul has averaged 38.7 fantasy points per game on the season, playing an average of 32 minutes per game with a 20% usage rate. He's projected at 39.7 fantasy points here tonight. That's 5.4 times value. He's $7,400 DraftKings salary, $400 more on FanDuel, and Chris Paul has scored 36, 27, and 46 fantasy points in the last 3 games, playing 33, 31, and 35 minutes. So this pick stood out to me because even if he just scores his season average, that's going to be over 5 times value, and we know he's got 40 plus fantasy point upside. On the rare occasion he could put up 50 fantasy points. So I like Chris Paul here versus the Charlotte Hornets. Oh, and let's just take a look real quick at his last 5 games versus the Hornets. He scored 33, 23, 51, 35, and 32 fantasy points in his last 5 games versus the Hornets. So you got that 51 fantasy point performance in there. Just got a good feeling about this pick. I think he's going to crush value. So I like Chris Paul here versus the Charlotte Hornets. Before I continue with the picks, I'm excited today because we added a new contest for everyone watching. If you want to enter the drawing for $25 PayPal, all you need to do is like this video, hit that subscribe button, and make a quick comment below to be entered into the drawing. We'll reply to a random comment and let you know that you won, and we'll send you $25 PayPal. So it's that easy, and we pick a new winner every Saturday and announce them in our video. So get your comment in now so I can add another entry for you. Okay, let's take a look at the shooting guard position. I like Terry Rozier from the Charlotte Hornets playing the Phoenix Suns, who have a good defense overall. They've been good versus opposing shooting guards. Terry Rozier has averaged 31.5 fantasy points per game on the season, playing an average of 32 minutes per game with a 23% usage rate. Now, he's only projected at 31 fantasy points here tonight, but I think he can score 35 fantasy points or more, get you 5 times value or more. He's $6,700 DraftKings salary, $100 less on FanDuel, and Terry Rozier has scored 59, 45, and 33 fantasy points in his last 3 games, playing 37, 27, and 35 minutes. So he's been on fire. Now, Terry Rozier is one of those guys that he can be hot, he can be cold, but it looks like his last 4 games he's been playing pretty well. So I like Terry Rozier here versus the Phoenix Suns. Okay, let's take a look at the small forward position. Okay, now this pick is contingent on Frank Ntilikina being out. He's currently questionable with a left thigh contusion, and it's uncertain if he's going to take the court for the Mavericks. So if Frank is out, I like Reggie Bullock from the Dallas Mavericks playing the Oklahoma City Thunder, who have the 4th worst defense overall. They give up the 3rd most fantasy points to opposing small forwards. Reggie Bullock, he started for Frank last game, scored 30 fantasy points in 30 minutes. So if he gets the start again here tonight, he's only $3,800 DraftKings salary, same price on FanDuel. So if he puts up 20 plus fantasy points, he's going to crush value. And he's got a great matchup, and he might go under the radar here because he just came back. So I like Reggie Bullock if Frank is out here versus the Oklahoma City Thunder. Real quick, guys, I got great news. For a limited time, we're offering a full 30-day trial to Draft Dashboard. You can try all of our DFS tools for all sports. You can try the Position Optimizer, where you can see the top players ranked for each position. And we added a new Player Trends tool, where you can see the top salary differences between FanDuel and DraftKings. It's a really good tool to help you pick out value for the site that you're playing on. Oh, and if you're tired of doing research every day, we just added a cheat sheet that shows hand-picked plays for the slate. No confusing stat lines, no headaches, just a simple cheat sheet that shows the absolute best players for your lineups. Okay, let's take a look at the power forward position. Now, this pick is contingent on Robert Williams from the Celtics being out. He's dealing with a toe injury, and it's uncertain if he's going to take the court for the Celtics. So if Robert Williams is out, I like Grant Williams from the Boston Celtics playing the Orlando Magic, who have the third worst defense overall. They give up the absolute most fantasy points to opposing power forwards. Grant Williams has averaged 16.3 fantasy points per game on the season, playing an average of 23 minutes per game with a 13% usage rate. But he scored 26 fantasy points last game, played 34 minutes. So if Robert Williams is out, he'll get the start again, or he'll get a bunch more minutes. Over 30 minutes in this game if Robert Williams is out, most likely. So I think he can put up 20 plus fantasy points just like he did last game. And he's only 3,800 DraftKings salary, 600 more on FanDuel. This is another guy who's got a great matchup and might go under the radar if Robert Williams is out. So these last two picks, you just got to keep an eye on the injury news. And if those guys are out, go ahead and run with these guys as some value plays that should give you a pretty good return. So I like Grant Williams if Robert Williams is out here versus the Orlando Magic. Okay, moving on to the center position. So you got your value plays on the slate. So you got some money to spend on the center position. So I like Domantas Sabonis from the Indiana Pacers playing the Cleveland Cavaliers, who have a good defense overall. They're middle of the pack defending opposing centers, also eligible at power forward. Domantas Sabonis has averaged 42.5 fantasy points per game on the season, playing an average of 34 minutes per game with a 22% usage rate. He's projected at 43 fantasy points here tonight, but I think he can score 50 fantasy points or more in this one. He's 9,800 DraftKings salary, 1,300 less on FanDuel, so I love that FanDuel price. And Domantas Sabonis has scored 57, 53, and 47 fantasy points in the last 3 games, playing 39, 36, and 35 minutes. He's also got a couple of monster games here versus the Cavs. Scored 73, 37, and 51 fantasy points in his last 3 games versus the Cavs. So I like Domantas Sabonis here versus the Cleveland Cavaliers. If you want to try all these daily fantasy tools for yourself, click the link in the description below this video or just go to draftdashboard.com. You can use our DFS lineup optimizer to build quality lineups using our picks and your own custom player pool. Click the link in the description below this video and try all these daily fantasy tools right now. Thanks so much for watching. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel and hit that bell icon so you can get instant updates whenever we post a new video. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed this video, please smickety smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Oh, and please comment below with your favorite player for this NBA slate. I love to hear what you guys have to think. Thanks again, and good luck.